Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Get your dead body in the back.
Welcome to the trap.
Tripping better than slipping.
Welcome to the trap.
But sometimes we be tripping.
Welcome to the trap,
Welcome to the trap.
where we joke and rap,
Where we just a rap.
gut busting laughs, hand slapping laps.
Girl, slap your loud.
Get you through your day,
Get you through your day.
and it's free of cost.
I'm so cheap.
Don't you laugh too loud.
No.
Don't get fired by your boss.
File unemployment.
Welcome to the Comedy Trap House.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Comedy Trap House. I am your host, Rome Green Jr. In the building with me, I got Cam.
I'm watching the game if y'all see me looking to the right.
He's watching the game if y'all see him looking to the right. And that's not Emmanuel sitting over there because Emmanuel don't have hair like that.
For a long time.
For a long time. This is someone who I've known since 2017, who's become a great friend in my life. And one of the reasons why she's a great friend is because she lets us pick on her, which, you know, when you're a part of this friend group, you got to get picked on. So that's just what's got to happen. And so she is a designer. She is a businesswoman and entrepreneur. And everybody...
A designer and a whiner.
A designer and a whiner. Everybody give a nice round of applause for Alex.
AKA.
Okay, gas me.
AKA
Wow.
Ankles. Can't forget the AKA.
Wow.
Big,
Never forget the AKA.
big ankles.
Hello.
So hello, how are you? How you feeling?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay,
Finally.
I'm glad you're here.
I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, she's been annoying me for months. When you gonna let me get on the podcast? I'm like, Alex,
saying?
like she's like, I got stories.
Into
Like,
existence.
she's like, I got things I need to talk about. So I'm like, all right.
You know, I don't live here, so now that I
Yeah,
showed
you
up
used to live here though.
a long time ago.
Yeah, tell the people your backstory. Where you from?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Really Silver Spring, Maryland, Moco, baby.
So you from Maryland.
I live in Southwest D.C.
Okay.
Okay. People from D.C. would know what that is.
Yes.
I used to live in Vegas.
Okay.
Lived in you didn't know that? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I lived
she
in
lived in
Vegas,
Vegas.
worked at the clubs, worked at Dre's, and then
I like that beach club.
That's in the cool little
yes,
beach club.
and then
Yeah.
I moved to LA for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
soul searching, and then now I'm back in DC.
Now you back in DC, and you be out here every other month.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much. You gonna move back.
I'm not moving back.
You gonna move back at some point in your life.
I like to say I'm bi-coastal.
Ain't
I don't
nothing
have
wrong
a
with
home
that.
here.
Ain't
My
nothing
home is
wrong
your
with that. Sure. Yeah, man. So let's just get right into it. You read something right before we got on, and I want you to read that again because me and Cam was like that's rough. That's rough.
Oh my goodness, this is actually funny. Okay, so
Yeah.
my friend posted this meme and it says, "Women think." Oh wait.
I don't think that's the
Dang.
one.
Oh, sorry. Just kidding. It was. I can remember it. She
Yeah,
deleted it. I guess
gotcha.
somebody probably like got
Said
offended.
something. Yeah,
but
yeah.
if the sex is whack, ladies, let's just boo in his ear.
Let's talk about this for a minute. Like, it's a lot of things that you want to hear during sexual intercourse. But being booed, because you imagine that, like, that
Especially if it's quiet and you just hear, and then all of a sudden you hear, boo. This is what you go hear. Boo.
Yeah, that's tough.
Huh?
Hey,
Boo.
because it, boo.
See, first thing I think about, do I stop or do I say, fuck it, let me just get my nut and get out of here?
Oh, you definitely gotta get your nut, get out of there,
Yeah.
because at that point you're in there. She can boo, but it's like, hey, boo hoo.
Because if you saying boo now at this point, I don't care no more.
Yeah,
Now it's all for me.
Now it's all for me. But that's gonna hurt. I'm gonna think about that. I'm like, ooh,
For the rest of your life.
she
that's
she
sticking with you
booed me.
forever.
Like that's like
You're gonna have like
that's like when stand up.
from
That's
that.
like when stand up comedians have that, that fail. And they get booed. You like that's like being
I'd rather
on.
have that.
Oh yeah, put me on stage and boo me because
Yeah.
in the bedroom, especially pull you close and then. Boo.
That's part of the game. You gonna get booed at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing
That's
comedy.
true doing comedy, but
Some heckler or something.
yeah,
but
no, not.
You don't want to get booed.
You don't
want to
get booed in bed.
You want to be
not
with
at
your
all.
boo in bed, not get booed in bed.
I wanna talk about your life as a bartender, as a bottle
I forgot
girl.
to add that in the intro.
I did, yes. Like she
10 years in the game.
She
baby.
has been how many years
10 years. I've been bartending in the nightlife.
in the nightlife for 10
10
years.
years.
All
You can
right.
make a hell out of a drink.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So what?
I lied actually my first job. I said I was 21 and I was really 19.
Oh,
So
look
that's
at you.
why.
I knew you wouldn't shit. lying
That's
off, lying off top. What? So what was your first job bartender?
I was in college, VCU, a place called Bliss.
Bliss.
That sounds like a club.
It sounds like it's small in there.
No, it
It
was
was
actually
big.
4 levels. It was huge.
4 levels.
You know,
Four
DC
levels.
clubs be
Oh, yeah,
they're
they do
all
be,
multi-level.
yeah,
No,
they
but this
be.
was Richmond.
Oh, Virginia.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was Richmond, Virginia. It was
4
like a
levels.
hole in the wall. The top floor was like a cigar lounge area.
Oh, that's where the old heads hung out at.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
And
where you
then-
should have been barred. That's where the money
Oh,
is.
that's where the money at.
And then the main floor was like the dance club,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And then, but it was where you could have dinner.
Mm.
And then the basement, they would call it Bliss Climax.
Bliss Climax.
So the lower level was Climax.
Yeah.
And it was where all the tables were, like bottle service.
Yeah.
And we would get on the bar and like dance. It was wild. We were wild.
See,
times.
Before
Like
we go
Coyote Ugly.
there, I want to flip the question on her.
Okay.
Say you giving a dude head and he say boo. What do you do?
I mean,
Wow, you just like, I'm leaving.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
even finishing.
You
Yeah.
think you would cry? That would make you cry?
I would probably bite it and then leave.
Oh, no.
fuck that. Hey,
no.
fellas, don't you ever
Yeah,
boo
don't
a girl when you give you head
boo.
after
Yeah,
hearing
don't
that?
bite. Yeah, oh no.
I'm joking. I would never do
Back
that.
to Bliss.
I'd probably just leave. Though.
But back to Bliss. Yeah. So you started working there.
I was a waitress there.
Okay, so you
First.
weren't bartending.
I wasn't bartending just yet. I
Yeah.
started off as a waitress, but I could wait. But I could bartend.
Because what's wild is, so you were 19.
Mm-hmm.
So that's roughly 2000.
That what year was that? Oh god.
2011, 12?
Yeah.
11, 12.
That's wild.
And that's
2010.
That's wild.
2010.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I graduated college that year.
Yes,
I
yes, you
graduated
did.
college. Oh, I graduated high school 09.
That's wild.
That's wild. That's ridiculous.
But so you jumped into the bartender nightlife. Now, I feel like this is when bartending and the girls became really like popular. Like it slowly started because they had the New York girls and like
Startenders.
the
Starlets.
starlets, all this
yeah.
like, and it's just like bartenders became a thing. They was bigger than the strippers. They was bigger than, and so like you working there. Is that what made you like you were waitressing and then you seen like, oh, I'm trying to jump
So
in?
my cousin, who's like a sister of mine, she's 4 years older than me. She used to live with us.
Yeah.
She got a job at Hooters when she was
Trash food.
Trash food, terrible food.
Trash
great
food.
service.
Yeah,
You know, the first time I ever went to Hooters, I had a girl with no Hooters. I said, how did you get
yeah,
out?
yeah. That's not good service there. Yeah,
Okay.
That's
Touche.
cheating.
She worked at Hooters, and I remember I was in her closet one time, and I saw a tag for a dress of $800. And I was like, Renee. She was like, yeah, I mean, I make this in a day. And I was like,
Okay.
I want this. Like,
And to a 19-year-old girl,
I was-
you was like,
I
or
was like 16 at that
oh, you was
point.
okay. That was
I was
low.
younger. I was in high school.
She was
Yeah.
working
So-
at Bliss.
No, she was working at Hooters.
Just a
And
hoot.
I was 16. She's 4
Hooters
years
making
older than me.
$800.
She had some big titties, huh?
She did. No, I don't know if she was making that like a night.
A night,
but,
but-
I mean, I know back then they were making a lot of money.
It must have been a good location.
Yeah, it had to be
Location
because
was
yeah.
it. But I just remember like her hyping how much she would make.
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
would spend it. She would blow so much money. She would go to the club, get tables. I was like, at Hooters. But I mean, what you got to think about is like, it's not just from the food and the tips. It's like guys are just giving her money.
Yeah, that's
She's
the
really
wild
beautiful.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
So I remember thinking, oh
me
my
see her.
God. Huh?
Let me see her.
She single?
Oh, no, she's actually about to get married.
Oh, okay, well, never mind. You put the phone in.
Okay.
No, I want to see her still.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
'Cause I know it wasn't the food getting to the tips.
Here.
Oh yeah, yeah. But so then you started bartending.
I started bartending in college because
Boom.
I needed some money because I was broke as hell.
Gotcha.
And I actually had a bartending job at a restaurant, and I would work there like during the week, like at night, like after class. I would go
Gotcha.
there. And then on the weekend, I was working like crazy.
And you were still in school. Okay, so you were balancing both.
It was a lot. I ended up dropping out of school.
Gotcha.
And like becoming like really into just bartending.
What's like the shelf life on a bartender?
You know what? I know bartenders that are in their 40s that are still doing it.
And
Now-
started in their 20s.
I don't know when they started, but
Okay, I'm about to
most
say.
likely, yeah.
But
Where a lot of people get things like messed up
Yeah.
is that they think, oh, I'm just gonna go to bartending school and it's gonna be it. No really good bartender goes to bartending school. No.
okay,
Get your experience from like
just doing parties and shit.
like being thrown back there. Like,
Gotcha. Yeah.
that's how I figured it out.
Gotcha.
So
Let me ask you this: how does bartending hurt relationships?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
They call it. We have this joke at the club. We call it the bottle girl curse.
Bottle girl curse. Because you around dudes all day.
You have
You
to date a really secure man.
gotcha.
He's got to be really secure. I've had a lot of guys break up with me because of this. Meet me in the
What's
club.
what's the excuse? They meet you in the club and then y'all start dating.
So one guy in particular, he came to visit me. I think Gold Link was hosting at the club that I was working
Okay.
at. And he was like, oh, I love him. Can you get me and my friends? And I was like, yeah, of course, I got you. He comes in, and one of my regulars is so excited to see me. Like, he gives me a hug. He starts whispering in my ear. He was like, man, what he said in my ear was, if you weren't single, I would, like, wife you up.
If you weren't single.
If you were single, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If you were single,
yeah.
I would wife you up. But I was in a relationship. And
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knew that. I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
hid my relationship. And guys loved that. And it just made me like more desirable, I guess.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
after that, I remember he was across the bar and he was just like, I can never date a girl like you. Like, And I was just like, actually, the guy was saying like he would want to date me if I were single, but I'm not.
And it's like I'm
hold
trying to think about it from the guy's perspective, like especially being a little bit younger. Yeah, if you're not secure in yourself, seeing your girl, at the bar, having a flirt, having all those things, it can affect you. But
especially with what these girls wear now.
oh
Like-
yeah,
For
that's
me,
true.
I think I can be secure enough to do it.
For sure.
Where we're not going to work out is sleeping patterns.
sleeping patterns for
You're
sure.
going to be sleep all day. I'm going to be sleep all night. When we ever going to see each other?
She'll call me and be like, I know you going to bed. I know. Just hold on, I can tell you something. I'm
gotta
like,
tell
Alex,
you
I'm
a
going to
story.
bed.
She
I'm
going
going
to call me. I'm going to be asleep.
No, I'm talking about now. She called me now,
Hold down.
and she be like, "Ron, I know you about to go to bed. What? If you know I'm about to go to bed, I'll talk to you tomorrow."
I literally would call him whenever, and I'm just hope that he answers. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
You
I'm
know
like,
I'm going to bed.
I'm an early bird. Wake up
and
early.
then he'll call me at like, what is it?
So like when I wake up in the morning,
Yeah, which would be like,
be
10,
like 5.
10 a.m., 7 and 9
Yeah.
a.m. my time.
Yeah,
And I'll be like, what? Oh, I'll talk to you later. And I'll just talk to him.
I'm like, no, get your ass up.
Right, yeah. I'm like, no.
But so how many boyfriends did you have during your bartending?
I've dated like actual relationships, probably like 4. I wouldn't say like all of them were boyfriends.
Yeah.
More like we were talking serious, but we never like had the title. 2 real boyfriends.
Gotcha.
The other 2 definitely weren't.
Okay.
and it all
Right.
ended because of bartender.
No. One of them did it.
Story time.
No. I'm trying to
Okay,
think. Like,
okay.
I gotta backtrack. You know the one I'm talking about too. I think.
Oh yeah, I do know that one, but I don't know if she gonna tell that. But
I don't know.
but she
that
might
one-
tell you that one off air. But that's a
so
wild
funny.
I feel
one.
like it's a
You
lot
know-
she ain't gonna say on air.
Yeah,
We can
she-
talk about. I don't know if she gonna talk
I remember
about
I
that.
found out at work that he had a new girl.
You know what? Let me get into something. I'm glad he said that. Let me.
Like, I don't know if she gonna
If
talk
we go,
about
if we
that.
gonna get spicy, let's just get a little
It's
spicy. Like,
is this after dark?
I mean, technically, we in here.
It's
evening.
7:42 p.m.
so that's
That's after dark for us.
That's the club for me right there.
I'm just saying, yeah. It's 10:42 East Coast.
That's
so,
it.
you know.
Okay, so with this bottle
10 minutes into
girl, lifestyle, I know you run into a lot of high value men. You know, some men that we've spoken about that we know about in this unit that we know about. Now, is this? I feel like bottle girls and you know these girls work at the club. This is what they look for.
Yes. So
this is what y'all look for. I don't know if you still like this.
No. Don't say y'all as
Yeah,
me,
no, you was a bottle girl. You was a bottle girl. Don't do that.
Looking for that.
Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
was not looking
Come
for
on,
a
Alex.
bottle.
Don't do that.
Wait, you wasn't looking for it, but you end up in it.
You end up in it. Don't do that.
Okay, let's not air all my dirty laundry.
I went down. No,
But hold on. But here's the
You
thing.
ain't naming no name.
We ain't no name. I mean,
know.
tell about your lifestyle.
But no, I remember this one girl. I'm still friends with her to this day. She came to me when I was working because I used to work at a popular club called Rose Bar in DC
Yes.
for a really long time, and
Yes, that's where we met.
that is where we met.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where I meet everyone.
You didn't
Everyone
meet
goes
me
to
at
Rose
Rose
Bar.
Bar.
Yeah, you didn't meet Cam at Rose Bar. You met him here.
Oh yeah, you're right. I met
You met him
the
in
Rose
California in the Rose Loft.
That's just so funny. So, I remember she came up to me and she was like, I really want to get into nightlife out here. And I was like, okay, well, you know, the easiest way that I ever tell girls, like, you got to become friends with a promoter or an owner. Usually you don't know who the owner is because no owner's going to be like, oh, yeah, I own this. Like, no, you just have to be around the promoters, and the promoters, like, bring you around and be like, okay, I want you to work for me. I do parties at this club.
Gotcha.
I want you to be our waitress or bartender.
Yeah.
Because to get in the club, you don't just go and, like, apply. There's no, like, apply here.
Oh,
or
there's
an
no.
online.
You don't say that.
Like,
You don't say that like a little kiosk, like at Target.
No,
like it used to be.
You
So how did
gotta
you
like
get
know
in?
someone.
How did you get in?
Like
I
to
was
Rose
with
Bar.
my homeboy AJ, who was a promoter. I hung with him for like 2
Gotcha.
years, and my cousin worked the door at Rose Bar.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I was working at a place called the Fillmore
Yeah.
for 4 years, but it was like year 2 that I was there, and I remember I like got on the phone with him, and I was like, AJ, I need a job at Rose, and I've been trying to get a job at Rose Bar for the longest, and I've been hanging out with you for like 2 years. Why haven't you got me a job? He's like, all right. And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, I got you an interview next week. Don't fuck it up. And
Gotcha.
it worked. But
the girl, yeah.
What?
You talking about the girl? What she was talking about?
Oh, so yeah. So basically, the girl, she ended up hitting me. She's like, so I want to get in the nightlife, but I don't know how to get about it. And I was like, well, what is your goal? Like, are you trying to save for something? Because she went to VC with me.
Yeah.
She was in pharmacy. So I was trying to see like what her end game. Were you trying to like?
Yeah, anybody in the
stack up?
anybody in the medical field, they freaks. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she with it.
Noted.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
So,
it's facts. Yeah.
I believe it. Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, come on,
So, I remember asking like, "What's your end goal? Are you just trying to stack for a little bit until you get a real pharmacy job or what?" And she was like, "I just want to be saved."
Damn.
And she's like, "I want
I
someone."
respect the honesty.
I respect the
I
honesty.
really
Yeah, I
respect the honesty, but I was like,
say
"That's what you want." She's like, "I
no,
just
you
want."
should have said, do I need to bring out a Bible? Yeah, I could call you
Like this Rose Bar, not the church.
Yeah, that's church across the
So
street.
she was like, I just want to find someone who's going to take care of me. Like, I don't want to do this. And I'm thinking, this girl, I always looked at her like such a smart girl. Like, went to pharmacy school. Like,
Yeah.
got her degree, all this stuff. And she was like, I just want to be safe. I don't want to work. And I'm like, well, why'd you go to college? For a family.
For a family,
But
yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, you could have just made it in business.
I feel
yeah.
like I know how
Basic,
this is
but-
gonna end. I feel
Yeah.
like she did it.
She ended up getting picked up by some big trick.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
She
big.
got tricked. And
She set the intention. She manifested. She set the intention and she did that.
for sure.
Yeah.
And she got pregnant. She has a daughter now.
Oh, she's locked in.
But I don't think they're together anymore.
It don't matter.
But
Yeah,
she's locked in.
She's still together with his bank account.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She locked in. I mean, listen, and that's what I feel like. A lot of them girls like they get hollered at left and right, but it's quantity over. It's quality over quantity for them. It's like, all right, they may, if you look good, they may give you a number, but they trying to see like what team you playing for or what business
You know who
you
has
got.
the best position though?
Who?
The door girls.
Okay,
Door girls have
gotcha.
the best position. If you want to get picked up like at all,
Yeah.
be a door girl.
Yeah. Hey,
Because they're
ladies,
the
if you're
ones that-
listening and you looking to get saved like a
door
homegirl.
girl.
Yeah, not
okay?
DoorDash.
Yeah, not
girl.
DoorDash.
And-
DoorDash is gonna be a lot for
No,
you.
because
But
I have a lot to say on this topic. Actually,
Okay, let's
because
talk about it.
Here's one thing that I'm going to speak on with this is I never realized like how much people like are faking it in the club. And I remember before I started working, my cousin pulled me aside. She's like, I know you're about to start working. but because she had been working the door for a minute, and she was like, I just want you to know everything's going to seem so different after you work here, you know. And I learned that people do like, what is it, when they come out with all the bottles, sometimes they do that and they're not actually dropping them. They do like a show, a bottle show.
Interesting.
Just to get people to buy because it's all ego.
Interesting.
So they might take it to a promoter's table and they're all in on it. Like, bring out 5 aces. Bring out 5 aces. Cool, blah, blah, blah. Look like they're dropping it. Take it back.
That's,
and
that's
that gets
solid.
next day, it'll be like, nah, give me 8. Like,
here's the thing. While we talking about the bottles, if you getting one bottle, don't put no sparkles on it. Just bring the bottle out, because ain't nobody got time to put. You got one.
No, but that's the whole point, because people want like.
Nah, but one bottle look kind of stupid.
It looks stupid.
If you have the one bottle.
Yeah, just bring me the bottle. Just hand it to me. If I order one bottle, hey, just give me.
But what table is only getting one bottle?
No, I'm just saying, if you there, because I was at some event and the dude ordered a bottle at the bar, and the girl came and she took the light and boom and handed it to him, and he was like, all right, thanks.
I do that at the bar. If somebody buys a bottle, I do it.
Yeah, no. Put it down. I don't need all. But that's a good tactic though, because ego plays a big part in the club.
But I want to go back to your point. Why a door girl?
Oh yeah, sorry, I had to speak on that.
Yeah, gotcha.
Door girls, because they're the ones that check you in, so they see what your minimum is. They see how much the table you're spending, and they see what you do. Oh, we got Kevin Durant coming in. He got a 10K minimum. Oh, we got Kevin Durant. Okay, hold up, let me. And then, you got to walk them into, hi, I'm so-and-so, introduce yourself, talk to them while you're walking. Hey, when I'm done with this, I'm going to come to your table and hang out with you. When they're done at the door, when they're done checking on the tables, they go and party.
Oh,
and so when they party, they go to the tables that they checked in.
And they already started a conversation.
So let me ask you this. Is there like a certain section that you only could work? Like, how do you secure, like you say you see Kevin Durant come to the club, how do you like, I want that section? Or is it like, you got this section, you got this section, you got this section, and that's it? Or is it seniority who gets the best tables? What?
So I mean, kinda, there actually is. I know a guy who we used to make fun of. He used to be like, I pay rent on 502. Like, that was his table. He's
he was always
always at the table.
He
always matched the minimum, whatever it was. If it was 2K minimum, he did 2K.
What's the highest? What's the minimum usually?
So when we opened back up, I'm saying we, like I still work at Rose Bar. When Rose Bar, when DC opened back up, when Rose Bar opened, everybody was going crazy because they started off with 10K minimum, and then it moved to 20K.
Okay.
No host. 3x3 plywood table, and you get it 10K
to party.
People were paying it. I mean, people were excited to be outside.
I ain't never been that excited.
And what comes with that?
Well, you have to spend that much in bottles, basically.
How much is one bottle?
Depends on what you get. So you can get a Moet for $250. I think it's $300.
$300. So you got to buy 10K worth of things.
So I mean, if you get an Ace, that's $1,200 right there. So get 10.
So get 10 Ace bottles. I don't get it.
I don't drink that.
I don't drink them. I don't need. Like, why
but if you have everybody in your section, you're just gonna pass a bottle to everyone.
I get it.
That's where the flashiness of people just pouring in on their watches, their jewelry, trying to people.
People.
You don't know people do that?
No, because I'm a regular.
You don't
nigga.
see it on Instagram?
No, I don't follow people like that. We both said this.
They pouring it on their watch. What's
one
the
of my
point of
homeboys,
that?
he just did this. They have they get their watches just to kind of stunt, because a lot of people come in with fake jewelry. A lot of guys, they'll come with like a fake Rolex, a fake chain. So what they do is, to show that it's not fake, they'll take their watch and they'll pour like an Ace, or they'll clean their hands in it, just to show, and it's like still ticking and stuff, just to show that it's real.
I don't like this stuff, man, because it's stupid.
It's so dumb.
It's
so dumb.
Cam clocked out. Like, because if I was standing beside Cam in the club and I was like, hand me the bottle real quick, he'd be like,
what's the point of that?
What you doing?
I remember I yelled at my boy. I was like, you are so dumb. And he was like, such an idiot. He was so drunk. He was like, that's what they were doing. They had to get rid of the bottle. I mean, if you're not going to drink it, they're going to throw it away. So they just pour it and they pour it like to.
Oh,
wash their hands with it.
so they get it on video and be like,
my jewelry's real type, because there's a lot of frauds out here.
that's a lot of
people.
That's a lot of
faking it,
internal battle, and that's a lot
that's
of.
what
not
the
that
club
serious.
is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He's dancing on butt.
That's what I
wanna
go
dance.
for. That's what I
I'm
go
saying
for.
like when it comes to like that type
of environment.
and
Yeah, it's not made for
what
me.
I've noticed is like the design of a lot of these clubs where they are very successful is they have it where the tables are all facing each other. So they'll have like a square or an oval or something where everybody's facing each other. So you see who's doing what. And it makes you want to keep doing it.
It just don't.
You never answered my question though. How do you determine?
Oh, yeah, the sections.
I keep ignoring his questions. I'm
the
sorry.
girls get what table? Because if Kevin
girls.
Durant come in, obviously everyone want his table.
Yeah.
What do you mean the girl?
Like, who
bottle
gets
girls.
to like who?
The bottle girls. How do y'all decide who?
So they
how-
usually talk about it when, like before they open.
Yeah.
They have like a pre-shift. And we all talk about everything. And they have their table sheet. So based off of who's more advanced and who's not, you have your weaker links, of course. Then you have like your seniors who've been there for a minute. They're gonna, of course, take it.
So you was like a senior citizen.
So I'm saying who gets to who gets to decide though? Is it the bottle
not a bottle girl,
girls?
first off. I'm a
or
bartender.
The promoter or the owner gets to decide who gets Durant's
The
table.
promoter, whoever booked them, they talk about it with their promotion team
Gotcha.
and the owner, and they say, "Oh, this person wants 504." Oh, they want 504, They want their tables next to each other, or depending on how much. You can have like 5, 10, 11, and 12 that are only $1,000 minimum, but the pit, because that's where like it's popping, where you see everybody sees each other. Oh, that's 2,000.
No, but I ain't talking about the guests. I'm talking about the bottle girls. How do y'all decide
So
who
based
gets
on-
Kevin Durant?
Whoever the owner or the manager of that day picks.
Oh, they just
Okay,
pick
so
it.
that's
Oh,
what I was
okay.
They're like,
asking. Like,
okay.
is it the bottle girls who get to decide amongst
Yeah,
each
like
other, or the
we-
manager
we
say,
used
"No,
to
I
have-
want you"?
Like we used to have John Wall come all the time.
North Carolina nigga.
Yes, and it would either only be one or two girls, one of the same two girls that would always serve him because
He requested that.
Not just because he requested it, but just because you want to be
Build a
served
rapport.
by the same person. You're building a
Gotcha,
relationship, and they know how to get more money out. Like I remember
Gotcha.
one time this girl got him to tip $6,000 extra,
Ooh, solid.
and I was working the service bar.
Yeah.
Which I get a percentage off the bottle girls because I'm handing them their bottles. I was like, I made $1,000
No, that's solid.
Just off that.
That's solid.
not off them, but like off them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're going into that, and when you're young with a lot of money, and when you I guess when you going into that environment, I guess $10K for a table when you making multi-millions is kind of is
scammers out there.
whatever.
I mean, the PPP loan was great.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah.
They're throwing it like it's nothing.
What's the funniest thing you've seen in a section
Yeah.
while working there?
Or
What's the funniest,
craziest.
What's the saddest, and what's the lamest thing?
Well, I
The
think
saddest is
the
like, I
lamest
remember-
might be the watch thing. It could be close. That's close. That's
The
close up there.
saddest is this girl. I love her so much, but she totally opened she brought the bottles out.
Yeah.
As soon as she brought it, she opened it and the whole bottle poured.
Wait.
Like it was a bottle of Bel Air.
So when she popped it,
The whole thing.
it just went everywhere. It was that built up.
I don't know if it was that built up. I think she like spilled it.
Oh, yeah.
But like she didn't know how to properly open a bottle. It was like her second day or something.
Oh, okay. A lot of pressure. The pressure was on.
They don't go through bottle open training.
That would make sense.
A lot of girls I know when I was working in Vegas, I mean that's another story on that hiring process. They hire girls straight off their looks, so a lot of girls don't have any experience.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but also you would want some experience because they handle it.
Or just training.
Or
Do you know how to
training.
open a bottle? No? All right, let's go through this.
Let's go through it. Yeah. What's the most money you've seen spent in the club?
Besides the night with me and Rome.
Yeah. Besides the night when me and Cam pulled up, you remember that one night?
From one table, over $30K.
Oh yeah.
And what did they get for that?
A lot of praise, but they got a lot of aces. A lot of aces.
A lot of balls.
What I learned, I remember in Vegas, they always used to say, what you want to upsell is champagne. It goes the quickest. Liquor, you're not gonna drink liquor as fast as you drink champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you want to like sell so much champagne, and you want to get like 2 bottles of tequila or a bottle of Hennessy, bottle of tequila, whatever.
Okay.
I got a good question.
All right.
Do y'all treat the athletes bad when they mess up y'all money. Like, for example, when the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, I was like, they were winning. I'm like, Magic City, Onyx is about to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, them strippers about to make so much money if they win the Super Bowl and then they lost. So I know they didn't make that much money. So I was like, all the strippers were like, we ain't fucking no football players because y'all messed up our money. Do y'all hold that against them when they mess up a good money potential night?
I don't remember that actually. I feel like that happened maybe one time. No, because people still spend.
Yeah.
People make deposits. They put their deposits down. So they gotta.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, when you secure a table.
Has anyone card ever declined at their
Oh,
night?
absolutely.
Oh,
And what
man.
happens?
So what you have to do is you get your payment before you bring the bottles out.
Okay.
And there's been girls that have gotten fired for doing this where they don't take the payment before, they take it after, and it declines. And when that happens, you go to jail.
Who go to jail?
The person who was supposed to pay.
If it declines.
I've seen a lot of men go to jail for this.
Wait. Okay, hold on. They go to jail because
Their card
Wait,
declines after they drink the bottles.
No, I'm saying, but what can they just say? Hold on a second. Let me.
I got another card.
I'm like, you swipe it, boom. Whoa, hold on, nigga. I got another card.
No,
Shit.
like after repetitive,
I'm
trying
And what are they
every
charged
different
with?
card. So what we do is we have a breakdown system. So first we try to charge. So let's say an ace is, how much is the ace in the store? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna be honest
let's
with
say
you. I'm not sure.
I'm more my speed. Jameson is a bottle of Jameson is like $60 in the store.
Maybe,
That's
I guess.
that's
I don't
cost.
buy
We
that
call that
much
price
liquor.
cost. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I know we all get like one bottle that we could probably sell at cost. Like if my friend comes in, I'm like, can I get a bottle of Jameson at cost for the bar for one of my friends, and they'll pay that. So if somebody cards decline, what we do is we first like, okay, a bottle of Jameson is like $300, right? It's not going through. It's not going through. All right, let's charge them the cost price. Doesn't go through. You got to go to jail. Like we try to work with people.
I'm be so mad. I'm
And what
sitting
they
in
charge you
jail.
with? What they get charged with?
With
That I don't know.
with
I
nigga
don't
not-
ever. That's never actually personally happened.
They
to
get
me,
charged with a-
because
with a-
I don't do bottle service.
They get a charge of nigga. You should have been home.
So they get arrested while the party's still going on.
It's usually at the end of the party when this is happening. So
You
everyone
seen
sees-
people get arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Throw them right in the paddy wagon. Absolutely.
That's
not
wild.
worth
Not
it.
the club, and it ain't.
That ain't worth it.
You don't need to be stunned that
Now you
hard.
in jail cell and your watch wet. Because you was pouring liquor on your watch.
Watch is wet.
You got a wet ass watch in the cell.
A wet watch.
Wet
No,
ass
but
watch.
That's the name of this podcast. Walking around with a wet watch.
Yeah. I would have to say though, like Vegas is probably the worst though.
Yeah, that's what.
Burnt
Like,
out.
so let me tell y'all. I remember when she first told me she was going to Vegas. I was like, all right, yeah, Vegas cool. When I knew it was time for her to leave Vegas is when she called me one night crying. Called me one night
your
crying.
card declined?
No. She called me one night crying, talking about, I'm walking on the highway. I'm drunk. Why the fuck are you get what? Go get out of Vegas. That's enough. You reached.
Wow,
You
we're just all
reached.
gonna talk about everything.
What happened?
That
I don't even know what happened. That was a bunch. That was a bunch going
That was
on
a
that
really,
time.
really sad day.
But when you got to Vegas, I do remember you saying like the politics was just different in Vegas.
My self-esteem was crushed when I moved to Vegas.
Got you.
You know, they always have this joke where they say, you know, you might be the hottest thing in your city, but you go to another city, you might be like a 5. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened with me, but I
That's
felt
what happened to you. I say it was happening to me, but that's what happened to me.
yeah, exactly. And it was just
But
like
to Vegas standards, that's what
exactly,
you mean. Yeah,
and that's what I had to
yeah.
learn. Like everybody's perception of beauty is different.
Yeah.
Being a black girl,
Yeah, it's different.
alone was fighting against me. Like that was my biggest thing. That like
They wanted the big titty white girls.
yeah. So each club has something different. Like I know, like Wet Republic, they like their girls to be very lean, muscular. Encore, they like their girls to be very
And it be the
skinny,
fattest
slim.
niggas that want these girls looking like this, huh? Every time.
So why did you go to Vegas then?
So I went to Vegas because when I was working at Rose Bar, I was really like over it. I had just gotten out of a really toxic relationship, and my homegirl, they were shutting down Rose Bar for renovation.
Was that the relationship I met you at?
No,
Oh, okay.
I had
That was
already
another
broken
one.
up with him at that point.
Gotcha, yeah,
But
yeah.
I know which. Yeah, no.
You broke up with him the same day you met me.
That one I was.
remember that.
Yeah, that's a funny story. Did he ever tell you how we met? What
We'll tell. We'll talk about it.
But yeah, so anyway, so I go to Vegas because my homegirl was like, hey, Rosebar's about to shut down. I've always wanted to work in the clubs in Vegas. Those girls make $200,000, $300,000 in a season. And she was like, and a season's like from March to October. I think, yeah, March to like October.
That's a good piece of money.
And I was like, okay. And then they go on vacation, and then they come November, back. December, January, February. And then they come back and do it all over again. And I was like, sold. Because, like,
especially you young, want to make some money. Like,
okay, I was like 26, like, let's go. Let's do it.
Based on the precursor, it didn't end like that.
No. So, everything, I should have stayed. No, actually, I'm glad I left. But a part of me was like, I should have stayed. My ass
I would say you left and you took the high road, but from what he says, the highway.
Oh, this nigga. It's an idiot.
These liners. One liners, I swear.
Huh? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I was in Vegas because it seemed good.
Yeah.
It looked good. It was presented to me good. My job is about to close down for a few months.
Everything seemed like it was supposed to be.
I needed something different.
Yeah.
I, got rid of dead weight, and I'm just like ready to.
Like, let's go to the West Coast.
Let's go to the West Coast.
Yeah.
I met you. I was like, I got friends.
You thought I got friends out there.
That's where it went downhill.
That's where it went downhill. Yep. I get there, and first things first, I realized that my homegirl was only going out there because she had a boyfriend that was like kind of living out there.
She didn't display that information.
You didn't want to come along.
Gotcha.
So how the auditions work is Rosebar has shut down. January 1st was our last day open. I moved the 2nd, and my first audition was the 3rd.
Yeah.
And we were living in hotels.
So you moved before you even got the job.
Yeah. I cut my lease.
That's faithful.
I packed everything up, put it in a storage unit, and I packed 2 big suitcases, and I was out.
In one day?
No.
You said the last day was the first. You moved on the second.
No, I'm saying like how I packed everything and left before I got a job. So I had a girlfriend this girl that I was living with, I didn't even know her yet. Like, she used to work at the clubs, and my manager connected us. He's like, hey, I have somewhere for you to stay until you figure it out. I didn't even know her. So me and her like met cyberly, and then like
it's interesting what girls be doing.
It's crazy.
I know y'all not friends no more.
Actually, we are.
Oh wow.
Oh, well, that's
sometimes I still get mail at her house, and she sends it to me.
But do y'all talk?
Here very occasionally. Like, it's not like
okay,
we're best
so y'all
friends,
like associates.
But I will never not fuck with her because she really just let me in her house
for
free for like 3 months.
Yeah, that's
Like, she held it down. And she had like a 3-bedroom apartment. She just let me crash in one of the rooms.
That's solid.
Yeah. So definitely was living on an air mattress for a minute, like thugging it out.
Yeah.
I had no money. I went out there and was just like, but before I lived with her, I was in hotels for like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just working out twice a day, going to auditions, then coming home, working out. Like,
I remember you told me you were stressed.
I was so stressed. I was so stressed because I was like, I had a big going away party. I was like, I can't leave. I can't like just go back home. I left everything.
Oh, yeah.
I left my bomb
you
job.
You was like, bye, bitches.
See?
With no safety net.
That's where being a girl wanting to celebrate everything worked against you. If you didn't have the big party, no one even know you left.
You could have just dipped out and be like, all right, well.
Let me try it.
Yeah, let me try it.
Kept my lease. Nah, but I made it work. I got denied by every single place but one. And I had the second audition at Dre's. Like, there was for the after hours and there was for the day club. I didn't get the day club, but I got the after hours.
And that's where I want to be, the day club.
And we went to like all these different auditions, and it was like so intimidating.
What'd you have to do?
So we would get there and we would have our hair, makeup, and everything. And, we'd have like our sweats on, but underneath we had to go in there with like heels and a bikini. They would give us a number. And they'd be like, okay, you're up. And we would go with like 2 girls or just by ourselves. And they'd be like, okay, so can you tell me about yourself? What's your name? We'd be like, oh, I'm Alexandra. How much bar experience or whatever you're applying for? How much model experience do you have? So I'd be like, oh, I've been bartending for 6 years. Okay, and how much model experience do you have? Well, I did promo modeling. And I was like, oh, I've done that for 3 years. And what's a fun fact about you? I moved here on a complete whim from the East Coast trying to get a job. Like, I would say something like that, like random. And that would be it.
That's the audition.
I would wait in line for hours. The longest line I waited in was for Wet Republic for 9 hours.
Oh.
9 hours. I didn't eat, and I was too scared to eat because I didn't want to get bloated.
Oh,
so I could stand in front of them.
It was that many girls?
Jesus Christ.
The most, but usually it would be like 2 hours. But
You
9 hours.
It was dry Republic by the time you got up there.
Oh my God. Yes, very much dry. And I was the fuck over it at that point. And it was.
Did you even pee? Get out of line to go pee?
No, I did. But my homegirl was holding the line. I remember getting up there, and that was probably the weirdest audition because I walked in there like just in a bikini. There was like these lights just like on me. Everything was dark. I couldn't even see my judges, and they were just like, "Okay, so what is your name?" Like it was just so.
And who's judging you? Like,
that's it.
Promoters,
like the owner,
the VIP hosts. They don't call them promoters out there. They call them VIP hosts, or an owner or a manager, whoever they had. So I remember it was the day after Valentine's Day was my last audition. So I've been there for a month and a half. No callback. My homegirl got a call back from Dre's Beach Club.
And I already know that bothered you. You was like,
I was so stressed.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what am I going to do? And I'm like looking for other types of jobs. I would have to get in the casino, but how the casino is, it's all union, so it's seniority. So, it's really hard to get into that and make a lot of money.
that shit is crazy. This nightlife shit is wild.
It was so stressful. So I remember I was like, I prayed and I was like, I have to get this job. Lord, I have to get this job. Like, I have nothing else. This is literally the last option. And I get down there and they're like, okay, tell us your name. Tell us. And what I will say about Dre's was the only place that didn't make me audition in a bikini, both of them.
Oh, okay.
I had to wear like a suit or like a dress.
That's
like,
cool.
Look like professional.
Yeah.
So like, tell me your name, where, like, fun fact about you, whatever. So when they said, okay, and why should we hire you? I was just like, I've been auditioning since January and I'm trying to get a job because I have a lot of people back home that are trying to spend some money. So unless y'all trying to make some money, y'all need to hire me. Like, I'm bringing a lot of money to the table. And they're like, okay, cool. And then I got a call like 3 days later. They're like, we were sold. Because I was just like, I'm just trying to bring as much money to the club. Y'all want to make some money? Let's make some money.
You be knowing niggas to be out and spending money.
And then it was so frustrating because I'd be working and they'd be like, Alex Rosebar. And I'm like, Alex Dre's. Like, stop doing that. Coming all the way to Vegas.
But you provided value.
So how was it when you started? You said it wasn't.
It actually wasn't all that. There are only two clubs that actually make like the 200,000, which is Encore and Wet Republic. That's why that line was so long. They make the most. I think Wet probably makes the most. But they have like crazy minimums. Our minimums are like $1,000, $1,500, and you got to think after hours, people burnt out.
Yeah. You'd
be lucky to get me at the night party sometimes.
Yeah, I won't be at the after hour. Yeah, after hours I'm gonna be in bed. That's gonna be my after hours.
But what people like about after hours, we had a lot of celebrities that came in there with like their side chicks. And like they'd be real low. Like we had a lot of celebrities that would just be low.
Yeah.
They don't want to be, called out. And it's really dark in there, got the red light going on.
So how did it end up on the highway? How did it get from being hired to the highway?
The highway, I was just really drunk that day.
Yeah.
That was just a really bad day.
I
think it just had hit me because I was so homesick and I came out there and I had all these like high expectations and I was like really, really excited and I wasn't making money like that. I'm sleeping on an air mattress in somebody's apartment.
Eating McNuggets.
Eating fast food. Trying to survive. Like, I really wasn't making money like that. Like, I was probably making like $500 a week working those hours. And I was like, what? Did I leave my job for this?
Yeah.
Like,
that can hit you. Yeah.
Where did your roommate get hired?
She was a stripper.
Okay.
And she made the costumes for the dancers at Dre's.
Oh, okay.
So she was
making decent money,
which is why I liked it, because she sewed. So we
Gotcha.
connected off that because I sew. So I was like,
Gotcha.
oh, okay. But yeah, no, she was a whole stripper. So we would leave around the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then after that, you ended up coming here.
So after that, Dre's didn't work out. I was like over it. I spent 6 months in Vegas. That's all they got out of me.
Yeah.
June, I packed up my stuff and I
Out of
left.
there.
And a friend of mine was like, yeah, I mean, you can work with me. I need some assisting. I manage a lot of artists out here. So I need a personal assistant, which everybody's a personal assistant out in LA, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was
not a
working.
personal assistant.
Yeah.
I was working under the table though. So he was a friend of mine. I knew him since college. Like I was friends with his wife. Me and her went to school together. And he just came up on some money, so he just needed some assisting. So I was working for him, but even then I was
Still wasn't making.
I was making good money and
Yeah.
I was coming back and forth, but I just realized how
Wasn't
much I
fulfilled.
missed home.
Gotcha.
And it was just a lot. It was too much.
So ultimately, do you think you were running from something?
I think I was just trying to find happiness. Like to be like really like don't laugh at me.
No,
You wanted to be saved.
No, I didn't want to be saved. Stop it. I'm trying to be like deep right now. You trying to play with me.
No, I get it.
I was really trying
you
to
soul
find-
searching.
I really went on a soul searching mission. Like I got really, really close to God. And I started just looking at myself differently. And like, because being in that environment of like being picked at, for my image.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Especially for women, that's yeah.
I realized all those years when I was like really fit, I was really depressed. Like trying to keep up with a certain look that wasn't me. And I was just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, and then when I took that year off, not bartending, I was like, yo, like I love it here. Like I can breathe. Like it was just something like I was missing.
That's fair.
Now that you was a bartender for so many years, do you like going to clubs anymore, or are you over it now?
She was at the club last night.
Here we go.
She was at the club last night.
Here we go.
She was at the club
Trying to give you some sympathy.
It was R&B night.
She was at the club last night. You know what?
Okay, they were playing Mint Condition. Come on.
They're playing Mint Condition.
I had to be there. I love me a Mint Condition
I feel you.
playlist.
They be jamming. They be jamming.
Nightlife room on Wednesday.
But do you see yourself doing any more bartending?
I bartend now. You know I bartend now.
I meant as far as
Okay.
as much as you was doing it before.
You know what? And I honestly thought I was retired, but when
You did tell me you was retired.
I was
you came
retired.
back with the 4-5 like Jordan.
okay.
You came back.
But-
came back to the
But
bar.
it was just because when outside opened, I was like, I can't miss this money. It's crazy outside.
It's
People are-
crazy
people are
outside.
spending money
But
like-
now let me ask you something. Now this don't get offended. But let me ask you something. I don't care if you get offended. You be all right.
You never care.
I just got sleepy. I don't know what the hell is going on. I have been up since 2, so that's probably why.
I need you to stay awake.
So
for this.
you, all right? You said you was retired, and you went back because you said it's good money outside. Where do you draw the line of like I need to work on my personal stuff and getting this
now
money?
that's what I'm at right now.
Okay.
So
all right,
like I
okay.
did the soul searching and trying
Yeah.
to figure out what made me happy.
Because first off, let me just give her this plug. So before I knew what she did, she was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm an artist. I sew, I make dresses, da da da." She made dresses from scratch for everybody on her bartending thing. I was like,
It
honestly,
wasn't
this-
dresses, it was
or
uniforms.
And I was like, you made all these? She was like, yeah, from scratch. I was like, oh wow. And then you showed me your painting and stuff. I was like, oh, you do this for real. So it's time for you to do it for real.
I know.
And that's what everyone did during the pandemic. They switched to their passion.
I did a lot of reconstruction in my
Yeah, you
apartment.
did. Yeah, you
But
did.
no, that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to get the feel for that again. I didn't do a lot of that during COVID because I mean nobody was going anywhere, so I wasn't sewing for anyone, and I wasn't really motivated or inspired at that point. I was looking at my walls every
I mean,
day.
yeah.
I wasn't feeling it.
Looking
And
at
also,
your-
I was stressed out because I was like, what the fuck?
You was looking at your walls and playing with them too.
Yeah, I was painting them.
No, someone else was paying them.
Hey,
She was ankles deep in stress. Inside joke. Yeah.
Yes.
but yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's where you're at now.
Yeah.
You're trying to get into, or you're getting into just focusing on your personal. Because I mean, us three have had this conversation. Me and you have had this conversation. You just stop, do it. Stop, just start, do it.
I know. Well,
never
what
gonna be a
what actually
perfect
helped
time.
motivate me is I was working for a fashion designer, and you know I was watching a lot of stuff that she was doing and how she like started, and she would do interviews because she's really like up there now, and I was like, why am I sleeping on myself?
Yeah, like your shit good. Like I told you.
I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
based on what you're saying, it sounds like it's good.
Shit good. So the thing is, so your ultimate. Let me just ask, your ultimate thing, would it be to owe a sewing, like where you making people stuff, or is it to design?
Oh, I don't really
or-
like doing custom orders anymore. I mean, I did that for a long time. That was one of my businesses, was doing a lot of prom dresses and homecoming dresses.
So
for
what would
girls.
be the thing that you would make you happy to design? Just design?
Well, I'm not gonna go all the way deep in there, but I mean, just to start my own line.
I know, but like, because you sew, you design, like, so like, would you just start your own line and just, but you design it and everything? Oh, okay.
But then
okay.
still do paintings on the side, like open up a gallery, a showing.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
outside of yourself, what's stopping you?
This is getting like really intense. Are we?
I mean,
doing, like,
you want to
an
get on the
intervention right
podcast?
If that's what is needed.
Is that what I think it is, Cam?
This is supposed to be.
Balls talk.
I'm honestly the one that's in the way.
It's never going to be a perfect time. That's
No,
why
it's never. It's never.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
it's just
the
the
only
focus.
perfect time would be the pandemic. Like that was only the
no,
perfect
I know,
time.
But I was too.
But
busy
you would do
trying-
it. Yeah, you're doing other things.
Like, look at the shades. Like, we just started.
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
Now, next month will be a year.
I think it's the. Are you afraid of judgment?
No,
Are you scared of failure?
no.
So I
You
mean,
have imposter syndrome?
Imposter.
yeah.
No, I just honestly I'd be lazy. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
that's fair.
honest.
I'm
That's
lazy,
fair.
and I'd be procrastinating like a bitch, and I'd be like, no, I'm gonna do it.
I remember one time you was supposed to do something, and I was like, "Don't be out there drinking tequila." And then she sent me a story, and she was like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Get your ass in the house."
Here's the thing, but
Yeah.
like your procrastination, you got to get to the root of it. For me,
That's
if I don't
that's
have a
what I'm trying to figure out now.
routine, then I'll procrastinate. So I have to have a routine.
Yeah.
What is it for you?
No, that's it.
You'll
Like,
get in a groove, but then you'll stop. Mm-hmm. That's what you got to figure out, why you stop the groove.
Yeah, I'm like a squirrel. Like, you know.
You got to get back into your guy, get back into the groove.
You
Yeah.
know, I have like ADD.
This nigga here is
Yeah.
stupid.
She said she like R&B.
Yeah, that's good. It's good.
I like
R&B.
it.
It's good R&B put. But yeah, no, yeah. So you feel like you just get distracted easily.
Yeah. And then I get so many ideas. And
Do
I'm like,
you
oh, I
get
should-
distracted by boys?
All right.
Don't do that. Don't do
You're
that.
right, though. Okay, so what? One thing. All right, let's just talk about
Let's
it.
talk
What I have a bad habit of doing is when I get in a relationship, which is why I'm not in a relationship, is
You minimize your dreams.
I put my relationship first. I put them first.
Mm-hmm.
So if they, for example, oh, I got this going on and we about to go out of town for this. Okay. Even though I might have something on my
Gotcha.
schedule to like set aside to work on some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I'll do it later. I'm about to go out of town with him. Like, or he can only meet here. Okay, I'm going to take off work for this. Like, I'm not really making myself a priority, which I've had to learn to not do that anymore.
For sure. You love hard.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Very much so. It's bad.
You be a little
Toxic.
You be a little stupid sometimes. Okay.
Dumb as fuck. Oh.
So what would it take for you when you get back home to start?
Well, I've been starting now. I've just finished putting my office together.
Okay. That's
So,
good.
I mean, I just
That's
moved
good.
into my new spot, and my spot, I got a bigger apartment just so I could have somewhere for my office. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
working on it now.
All right. Well, you know,
Keep you updated, Cam.
before we jump out of here, I want to talk about something fun. Let's talk about your private plane experience. Like, how's that? Like,
Why are you bringing this up?
what happened? I just figured like some people would. I'm just saying, like, we just having fun. I just want to, because I ain't never. Cam, you been on a private before? Yeah, no, I ain't never been on a private, so I'm like,
I always want to talk about that.
what? I'm just saying, like, that's a fun experience. Like, I just, you know, like, how was it? Were you excited going
I
to?
joined the Mile High Club.
Ooh.
Wet Republic in the mile.
Wet Republic. Okay. Like, okay, I get it. Like,
great.
were you like excited headed to the airport? Like, you was like, oh my God,
Absolutely.
like this is
Airport.
I mean, sorry,
Clearport.
my bad. The Clearport, my
She
fault.
ain't going where you going.
Yeah, my bad. I'm going to the airport. I'm checking in security. Yeah.
TSA.
Yeah, I'm TSA.
Yeah, no, we don't have that
You
over
you
there.
pulled up with the bag, hopped out, hopped in. Got you.
Yeah, it was quite an experience.
Nice. You went from where to where?
I went from Philadelphia
From Philadelphia.
to
Uh-huh.
Las Vegas.
That's crazy. So you had a high value. You was with a high value person. That's dope. That's solid. That's solid, man. That's cool. I ain't mad at that. You know, Cam. I'm trying to manifest what she had. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Because me and Cam, how we gonna get on the private? We gotta work hard.
I worked hard for that. I worked damn hard for that.
Which-
okay?
Y'all meet in the club.
Hold on.
No,
you paid for it? You paid for it?
Actually, no, we did. We met at an event. We didn't meet at the club. We met at an ESPN event.
That makes sense. Yeah.
At SB. It was SB week. Here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So okay, cool.
I'm saying
cool.
too much. Okay.
Yeah. You paid for it?
Pay for what?
The private, because you said you had to work
not.
hard for it.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what
I'm
I'm saying.
still the prize, though. Don't get it twisted.
Well,
I'm still the prize.
I mean,
Did you think this was the one? Did you think
I liked him for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
I knew in the back of my mind, no, but I used to.
You wanted the
vent
life?
to him.
you wanted the life.
I wanted the life.
I know.
So
I know.
bad. I wanted the life so bad.
She wanted the life, nigga.
I got a taste of the life. I was like, damn.
She would call me and tell me, and I'd be over there laughing. She'd be like, "Stop laughing."
Oh no, because when I had called him one time and I was like complaining, I was like, I just feel like bitches be on his line, but blah, blah, blah. And then a couple days later, I take a video of me on the private jet, and he's like laughing my ass off. I was like, don't laugh at me.
Hilarious.
Be happy for me.
That's funny. Like when you say the life, you just wanted to, like what your homegirl was talking about.
Like that was great. Like
you had to really worry about nothing.
My bills were paid.
Damn.
I didn't have to work. I was working, but I took off work all the time.
How you gotta pay your bills?
I gotta work.
I was getting.
Only time my
Blown
bills
out.
are taken care of was when I was living with my parents when I was a child.
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
That was the life.
Yeah, it was a family plan phone bill. That was my only bill as a child.
Yeah.
But so you just felt good in that sense of like.
Yeah, like I was being flown out to places. We would randomly have random shopping sprees. Like,
And so you think when saying that, well, listen to it now, it's like this is what a lot of it just. Oh, I wonder if it just cut off. But I mean, we about to wrap up anyway. But you would say this is the life that a lot of the girls, like the IG girl, this is what they be wanting. Like that, what you experienced, and you was like, oh, I get it. She's like, oh yeah, I understand.
I understand.
I get
but
it.
I also am like,
But you also understand what comes with it.
I was stressed as
Yeah,
fuck trying
gotcha.
to keep up and like making like constantly checking this man's phone, making sure
Oh,
like
Lord,
you
yeah,
know,
that's a lot.
Like
That's a lot.
I was stressed.
That's
I
a
had
lot.
no trust in that relationship.
Well, since our camera cut, it means we about out of time. But plug yourself. Let the people know where they can find you.
IG Pretty Little Birdie. That's pretty LIL Birdie BYRDIE.
All right, man. That's my dog, Pretty Little Birdie. And you say it again for the camera so they can see you. We trying to make sure they can.
This squeaks for me. Pretty Little Birdie, PRETTYLILBYRDIE.
There you go.
On all platforms.
All right. So thank you for coming and sharing your story. We'll have to do a part 2. We kind of threw you in here because you asked for it. You've been asked for it, so we threw you in here.
Yeah.
Cam called you bluff. He said, well, fuck it then. Put the mic on. And
Here we are.
all right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Comedy Trap House. Until next week, peace.